So, I would like to actually start a podcast at some point, or even just like a way to sit around and record myself and some others discussing movies because me and my husband both love movies, and we've discussed starting a podcast before because it was something that we both have thought about doing before we met each other, but we just haven't done it, and it's kind of crazy with his schedule. I don't know when we would get to do it. So I'm trying to figure out what else we could do in the meantime. But I want to start taking a movie, say, per week and talking about them, our thoughts on them, whether we like them or not, whether they're worth a buy or rent or whatever. Watch some older movies too that maybe you've never heard of, because we do have. I wish I could show you our full collection, but it's not all unboxed. When we moved here, our shelving units for DVDs, one of them broke. The big one broke. And then the small one that I had when we got married broke. So we had to kind of box up our DVDs, and we get out stuff when we want to watch it and then put it up. We have over 1,000 movies, I would say, if I had to guess. So we have a ton here that we could watch, and even maybe watch on live stream with you guys. I don't know. Something like that. It may be me and my daughter, because of his schedule. Plus, he doesn't like to be on camera, but he wouldn't mind talking if he was seen. But like right now, I'm watching the new Leatherface. And I'm pretty sure that's the title is Leatherface. And personally, I wouldn't really categorize it as horror, because it's more of a prequel of to how Leatherface became Leatherface. That he wasn't born a monster. Basically, surroundings and a shitty mom made him how he turned out to be. And I think the guy that plays the teenage or young adult Leatherface is absolutely amazing in this movie. And Stephen Dorff does an amazing job in this movie as well. I don't think I've seen him in a movie in quite some time. But it's definitely really good. The ending's really good. It's not like, I mean, to some people it may be pretty gross, but it's not really gory. There's only really one scene, maybe two, that I wouldn't let a little one see. And I mean, that's if you don't mind if they watch violence. To me, they see violence every day if they watch the news. So, it's not really any different. My kids have been going to conventions since before they were really old enough to talk. So they know the difference in, reality and make-believe, and that what you see on TV isn't real. And that these people are actors. Because, I mean, I've got pictures of my daughter with Robert Englund, Gunnar Hansen, Aiden, I think, has met every actor that has played Jason throughout the years. He's met Doug Bradley. So when he sees these people on TV, he just, is like, oh, well, this is just a regular person in a mask. I mean, he's 11 years old, so he gets it. But now I don't start him out letting him watch scary movies too young, because, I mean, nightmares can happen. But yeah, I mean, every house is going to be different. Every parent's going to be different. Every child is going to be different as to how mature they are to handle these things. I really enjoy this new Leatherface. I've watched it several times, and the first time I watched it, I will be completely honest with you all, me and my daughter both cried. Just because you get so invested, if you get caught up in it, you get so invested in the characters, and it shows the more human side of things rather than just a ruthless killer or a cannibal. You don't even really see cannibalism in this movie. There's one scene that you could probably go to as cannibalism, maybe two. My daughter claims that there is a scene of necrophilia in the movie. I could see where somebody her age would think that, but I just don't see that as that, because I don't, you're just going to have to watch the movie to find out. But if you've seen the new Leatherface, definitely let me know. And I don't think it is titled like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, unless it's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface. That I can't remember what the actual name of the movie is, and I can't read the teeny tiny writing that comes up because I'm actually watching it on my Vudu account right now. It's almost at the end, and I've watched it 100 times. But definitely look it up. I was a fan of 3D. I know a lot of people weren't, but I was, because again, it goes into a sense of family instead of just, you know, gore. And I loved the opening scene in 3D when you see Gunner and Bill Moseley and all of them out of the makeup, just as a regular family as the Sawyers. And the fact that Grandpa from the original is in that new one, and I think he's in a few of the other, like, I think he's in the second one, maybe the third one. I don't think he's in the fourth one. I don't even know who plays Leatherface in the fourth one, where he's the girl. But John Duggan is such a sweet, sweet man. The first time Aiden met him, Aiden was only like 6, 7, and he recognized him before I did. And if any of you all have ever seen or are a fan of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, you know that Grandpa always has on a ton of latex. Or at least you would know that after you met Grandpa outside of makeup. To be honest, when I walked by him, I had no idea who he was. And my, little bitty Aiden's like, that's Grandpa from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I stopped and I looked, and then it made sense to me because I seen the mallet. You know, Grandpa always uses the mallet. And they had a t-shirt, a Texas Chainsaw Massacre t-shirt. And I was like, holy shit, you're right. So I went over there to talk to him, and I'm like, I'm going to seem like a bad mom, but this little one recognized you first. And he was super nice, and he was talking to Aiden and asked Aiden, like, his first name and then his middle name, and then was asking me about our heritage, because of both of my kids' first and middle names their middle names are a little different. And he recognized Aiden as being a very Irish name, so he was talking to him about that, and they tickled each other and played around, and I've got so many pictures of that. It's so amazing. If I can find them, I'll throw them on the end of this video. But I'll try to find all the ones I have with people from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise, because I have almost every single character from the original first movie. I have almost all of their autographs and photos, but some of them are Polaroids and stuff, because it was back then before we really did the digital print there. We did the Polaroid for $5, which I would rather have anyway. $5 versus, what some of these professional photo ops pay or cost. So some I can't put in here. Like, I've got a picture of me and my daughter barely over a year old, with Gunnar Hansen. It's on a Polaroid too. He signed this giant doll that I have that is a limited number and limited edition that I got back when I was 17, 18 years old. It was only taken out of the box for him to sign and then put back in the box. I have a uncut framed original movie poster for Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, signed by Robert Englund, and then a photo of me and him, and then him and my daughter. But then again, that's so long ago, because you gotta think my daughter's 15. It's so long ago that these aren't digital forms. They are all, I might have had digital copies at some point, but I don't anymore. That have been many, many years ago. So, yes. If anybody has seen this movie and you liked it, let me know. If you didn't like it, let me know. And let me know why. I'm curious. I personally liked it because it shows a side that we've not seen yet of the character. And I am a devout horror movie junkie. So I can see where some aren't going to like it, because it's a little different take on this franchise. So I'm really happy about this movie. I was iffy about it, but my husband bought it for me the day it came out because he knows how much I love this franchise. And I love anything Leatherface. Uh, Leatherface, Freddy, and Pinhead are my top 3 heroes. Yeah, I call them heroes. So let me know what you think. Also, if you like comic book movies, let me know that too, because we can always discuss that as well. Anyway, I am not going to sit here and talk your all's head off any longer. If this is your first time here, please subscribe. Give us a like. That really helps us out. And if you share us, that's even better. And if you want to know a little bit more about us, it's in the description below. And you can find out some of the things that we do, some of the things that we like. I'm actually involved in a few other things that are YouTube channels that have been started but have not really been in production as of yet. But you'll see. I'm so excited because it's starting to get warmer, so that means that I'm going to have a lot more fun vlogs for you guys because, like a lot of you know, we live in the mountains, so we have a lot to do here. And then if we go anywhere, like we're talking about going a few places this summer, bring you guys along too. Bye.